All right, y'all, I'm gonna answer some of your questions that you submitted on social media. Let's see what we got here. I left a toxic 11-year relationship and feel overwhelmed. Where do I start? First of all, congratulations. The fact that you said this is toxic and it went on for a really long time lets me know how hard that must have been for you. And for anyone watching right now that has left something that was really difficult, whether it was a relationship or a job, where you had this part of your life that took up so much time, certainly so much mental space and energy and emotions, and you have left that behind, you might be feeling the same way. I feel overwhelmed. Where do I start? The first thing I want to encourage you is give yourself grace. You are figuring out a new season of life, a new normal. You're even relearning who you are and who you want to be. You always saw yourself in reflection of that relationship or that role or that season. You always saw yourself as a part of that. And now, through all your courage, you have left that behind and you're having to relearn who you are. So first, I want to just encourage you, give yourself grace. It's going to take some time, like learning anything new. Learning yourself in this new season is going to take time, patience, kindness, and grace for yourself in the process. The second thing I want to encourage you to do, and this is super tactical, I actually encourage people to do this in my book, Take Back Your Time, because this affects our time, but it also affects how we view ourselves and the decisions that we make. I want to challenge you to do an exercise. I want you to write down 3 to 5 words of who you want to be. So these can just be adjectives. There's no right or wrong answer here. Don't overthink it. You're probably not showing it to anyone. This is just for you. Sit down and think about, and maybe pray about, if you're a believer, pray about and think about, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be in this new season of life? Who do you want to be in this new chapter that God is writing for you? What do you want to be known for? What do you want people to say about you or think about you? Just take some time and write down, what are those top adjectives? I give some examples in my book, but some of mine, for example, are hardworking. I want to be a person of integrity. I want to be fun. See, what's interesting is when you stop to write down the adjectives of who you want to be, not who you think you already are, but who you want to be, well, then that informs decisions that you make. That informs how you spend your time. That informs what you say yes to, what you say no to, and it certainly informs how you feel about yourself. Because what's interesting is we are a result of our actions. So when you decide who you want to be, you make different actions and you literally become the person that you want to be. I know this sounds super practical and tactical, but it's actually true and it really does work. So as you enter this new chapter and you enter this new season, and this is for any of you that feel like you are in a new season of reinventing yourself, learning who you are and who you want to be, you can do the same exercise. Write down a list of 3 to 5 adjectives of who you want to be. And then let that become this compass, this true north that helps you understand what decisions to make and the new chapter that you want to create for yourself. Again, I just want to say congratulations on walking away from this thing that was bad for you and stepping into the good plans that I believe God has for you. I know it took a lot of courage, and I'm really, really proud of you. All right, let's answer one more before we wrap up today. Working to get voice and dance teaching business going, but also want to be a health coach. Oh, I bet so many of you that are entrepreneurs or have businesses can relate to this. You want to do all the things. You've got all the ideas, and even your new ideas are sprouting new ideas before you can even act on the initial ideas. And oh, by the way, all the ideas are brilliant. They're all going to change the world, and they're all going to make money. All of them. Here's the thing. First of all, I can relate because I have 100 ideas a minute. Here's the thing I would encourage you. I want you to make a list of all your ideas. Voice lessons, dance lessons, health coaching. You probably have some more you didn't even mention on this tiny paper. I want you to make a list of all of them. And then I want you to put them through a series of tests. Here are some things to consider to figure out which idea is the best idea. which idea is the strongest idea, the idea that you should act on. Okay, I'm gonna give you a few parameters. If you're taking notes, you can write these down or you can pause it, come back and write it down later because this is really practical. One thing you need to think about is, can this idea make money? So you put a check mark next to any idea that can make money. If it solves a problem, if it has a target market, it can make money, you put a check mark next to any ideas that can make money. That's one thing you need to consider. Number 2, are you willing to act on this idea? It doesn't matter if it's the best idea in the world. If you're not gonna really do it, then you don't need to move forward. So will you really take action on this idea, or is it just one of those things that you got inspired by when you were in the shower, right? If you will truly, honestly act on this idea, put a check mark next to that one. Another thing to think about is, are you excited about it? Like, are you excited about this idea? If it's just an idea that you're not excited about, well, you're probably not gonna have a lot of fun and you're probably not gonna stick with it. If you're excited about this idea, put a check mark next to any ideas that you're excited about. Another thing to think about, does this idea move you in the direction of your vision? The assumption, of course, is that you have a vision for where you wanna be and what you wanna do. So what are your goals for this business, any business? What do you hope it does for you and your family? What direction do you want it to move you in your life? And then, with that in mind, look at your list of ideas and put a check mark next to any ideas that move you in the direction of your vision. They get you to where you want to be. I have so many ideas, y'all, and this cuts out a lot of them. They just don't move me in the direction of where I want to be. They're fun ideas. I'm excited about them, but they're not moving me to where I want to be. So ask yourself, does this idea move me in the direction of my vision? If so, put a check mark by it. A similar question to the first one I asked you, but does it solve a problem? And even more so, does it solve a big problem, an important problem, a problem that people really need solved in their life? For those ideas that solve a big problem, an urgent problem, put a check mark next to those ideas. I'll give you an example. 2 years ago, face masks wasn't a huge market outside the medical industry, right? And then a year ago, everyone was making face masks. It solved a big problem because you had to wear them everywhere you went. So problems can be seasonal. They can be current event related. They can be different depending on your industry. So does this idea solve a big, urgent, important problem? If so, put a check mark next to that idea. Those are just a few questions you can ask yourself to help you score and rank all your ideas to find the best ideas, the ideas that you're excited about, that can make you money, they solve a problem, people will actually buy it, that you're willing to act on, that move you in the direction of your vision. When you start to tally up the score of the ideas that have the most check marks, those are going to be your best ideas. Those are the ideas that you're going to want to act on. For any of you all that are watching right now and you're thinking, I'm in the same boat, I want to do something, but I'm not sure what. Several years ago, I actually created a course specifically for you. This is called Business Idea Bootcamp, your 4-step course to finding your best business idea. I walk you through step by step how to brainstorm all the ideas from the places that you are the strongest in your life, and then narrow that list of ideas down to find your best business idea so you will know which idea you should act on. If you want more information on that course, you can go to businessboutique.com. But this is a great question, and I hope this helps you understand which idea, voice lessons, dance lessons, or health coach, or any others that you want to act on. I can't wait to hear how it goes.